Before we start this video, get over to bityard.com, guys. You know I've been trading with them for about 4 months now. I love this platform. Easy to use and different from crypto spot trading. Crypto contracts allow you to have a fixed profit amount and fixed risk. And all you do is set your global settings on how much you want to take profit, up to 500% and as low as 10% risk on the stop loss. Get over to bityard.com. Check them out. Link in the description below. Yes, your word crypto blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is August 12th, 2020. Shout out to my man Wire Sparks for the YouTube song request today. Young T and Bugsy, Don't Rush, featuring Busta Rhymes. This is a hot one right here. I've never heard this one. Thanks Wire Sparks for the song request. Always put me up on new stuff. What's good, people? Hope everyone's doing well today. Welcome to another episode. Today, the topic is DeFi. It's been on a tear, and I think it's something you should be aware of. If you've been living under a rock, hey, it's time to wake up and understand that DeFi is a new ICO. This is 2017 all over again. This time, though, I keep saying this, it's a little different. I think the run is going to last longer than 17. The bull run in 17 lasted maybe 12, 13 months, depending on where and when you say it started. You know, some say it started kind of late 2016. Some say it started in 17 when the ICOs hit. But whatever way you think, it was a very short time. This time, I think this DeFi wave is going to be bigger and longer. Pause. It's going to be much bigger than the ICO boom. So you need to definitely take advantage of this. Every industry, every market has a bubble. DeFi will go through a bubble. Bitcoin will go through another bubble. This is what markets do. You just need to know when to get in before that bubble gets too big, and then when to get out before it pops. It's always about the exit. You can get in late and still catch a wave, but you can't exit late because then all the money's gone, right? So we're going to talk about that today. Compound up over 35%. I've got some compound. 35% explosion intraday. They're going to talk about what's fueling this DeFi token's rise. This is out of News BTC. We've also got another one. This DeFi token, and I'll talk about it here in a second, rose 1,600% in just hours. 1,600% in just hours. It's a straight mania out here. You need to have a decent portion of your portfolio allocated toward DeFi in some form or fashion, whether it's directly with some of these tokens like Compound, like Lend, or MakerDAO. Any of these tokens, that's direct exposure to the DeFi world. Or you can look at some of the tokens and platforms that facilitate some of this DeFi technology and hype, like your Oracle tokens such as Chainlink, or tokens like Balancer. Okay, I think personally you should have a mixture of both, but your portfolio should definitely have some DeFi tokens. Not because I think it's going to change the world, it may, but I think you can change your world, the type of money you can make by holding a couple of these tokens in your portfolio, along with, of course, Bitcoin and some of your traditional cryptocurrencies. And speaking of Bitcoin, I'm definitely going to talk about MicroStrategy, which is a publicly traded company. They are buying did buy $250 million of Bitcoin. And I'll get into the details from CoinDesk on this whole situation. This is big news. This is big macro. This is big news. Big macro news for Bitcoin for sure. So all three articles coming up on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Let's get it. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. Take a look at the heat map today. Bitcoin up 1.3%, trading at $11,575. Ethereum up 1.79% to $387. XRP down, however, 2.1%. EOS is down 1.3%, and Litecoin is also down 1.1%. Binance is up, Atom up pretty heavily today. That's somewhat of a exposure to DeFi. Algo up as well. But look at those big green ones. Link up 19% today. MakerDAO up, and Lend token up crazy in the green today. I finally got my hands on this Ample token, another DeFi token, last night. Bought some at 70 cents and another bag at 86 cents. So altogether around 78 cents on the Ample token. It had some issues at KuCoin that delayed my buying, which is you would think was a good thing, but I actually initially tried to buy this coin at 60 cents. Down here, I tried to get it around 60 cents, couldn't get that in, couldn't pull the trigger, but finally did yesterday. So I saw the breakout happen. That was right around here. It needed to pass that 89 cents level, and I knew it would be on and cracking from there. Now this token is volatile to say the least. Tread with caution, because you can see this thing turn around and go the other way and be down 20% easily. So very volatile token, but the upside potential is enormous. Its high back just in mid-July was $4. Okay, and this dump really, I think, came from it being added to KuCoin's exchange. A lot of people were selling once that happened. But let's take a look at what we have for Bitcoin and its technical analysis for today. I have this circled. I was showing the members in the chat room, the YouTube chat room. This area was a potential area of resistance, but once we get above here and close maybe about 4 or 5 candles above this trend line to get back in this pennant. Basically, if I draw this is basically a pennant, right? Going across here all the way down here. So this area, once we break back above and inside this pennant, I think we're going to head and just blow right through here and get above that 12,000. And it's really going to go crazy then. I think we'll chase the 14,000 at that point. So that's where we are with things right now. Looking good. I just need to see a close above and inside this pennant here. So wouldn't say I'm bullish short term yet. I'll be bullish short term once we get above there for Bitcoin, of course. DeFi is a whole nother animal. Before we get to the DeFi stuff, let's talk about what happened with MicroStrategy, a publicly traded company. They do business intelligence, and they purchased 21,454 Bitcoin on Tuesday, effectively pouring all 250 million of its planned inflation hedging funds into the digital currency. Wow. Disclosing this Bitcoin buy alongside an equivalent stock buyback in a Tuesday Securities and Exchange Commission filing, MicroStrategy, a Nasdaq-listed software firm worth over $1.2 billion, said the cryptocurrency provided a reasonable hedge against inflation in a press statement shared with CoinDesk. So they took essentially 20% of their value and put that into Bitcoin. That's a bold move. The investment reflects our belief that Bitcoin, as the world's most widely adopted cryptocurrency, is a dependable store of value and an attractive investment asset with more long-term appreciation potential than holding cash, the CEO said. He said, "We find the global acceptance, brand recognition, ecosystem vitality, network dominance, architectural resilience, technical utility, and community ethos of Bitcoin to be persuasive evidence of its superiority as an asset class for those seeking a long-term store of value." MicroStrategy accordingly has made Bitcoin the principal holding in its treasury reserve strategy. This is big news because I've never heard of a company, publicly traded company, do something like this. This is a watershed moment, I believe. And so you'll start to see more companies do this. 250 million, that's a lot of money, right? So you're going to see a bid under Bitcoin heading into this end of this year. This presidential election is going to be a volatile one for markets all over the globe, I think. And I'm actually going to go over to predict. I said this yesterday after I interviewed the vice president of business development over at Everipedia and predict. I'm going to go over there and place my bet that Trump is going to win. I think Trump is going to win this next election. So why not try to make some money off of that bet? Check out predict.everpedia.org for more details on the predictive markets. Better than Arger, instant, running on EOS.io, and free. Free as far as the network fees in placing your yes or no bet on a particular event. They use the IQ token, which is also used for Everipedia. So check them out, though. I just wanted to drop that in there. But yeah, that made me think about that because I think you're going to start to see Bitcoin and cryptos really skyrocket and possibly decouple from the equities markets around the election. If Trump wins, you're definitely going to see the equity markets head higher. If Trump loses, you'll see the equity markets head lower. But at the same time, I believe you'll see Bitcoin and cryptos head higher. So it's almost a win-win for cryptos, in my opinion. Whether Trump wins or loses, I think cryptos head higher. I really do. So we'll have to see how that pans out. But check this out. Compound explodes 35% intraday. This is out of News BTC. So one of the primary DeFi tokens that sparked the start of the crypto market's hottest trend in years is suddenly booming once again. The altcoin token has sharply risen by 35% as part of an ongoing over 90% climb so far in August. So yield farming and the unstoppable decentralized finance trend is what is behind all this. The asset allowed crypto holders to lend out their tokens in return for an APY. The potential profitability in lending sent the asset's valuation into the stratosphere, but soon a great rotation of capital took hold across the crypto market, prompting investors to seek out the next new DeFi superstar. So that's what you're going to see over and over again. So you got to make sure you get on the right wave when it comes to this DeFi stuff, because you're going to have what's called portfolio rotation. So once you make 400% on a token, well, you're going to take some of those gains and go back and find the next coin that didn't pop yet, the next DeFi token that hasn't popped yet, and pour money in that. And the cycle just continues on and on and on. That's how you can really double up, triple up, and even 10x your DeFi portfolio value by doing that method. The decentralized finance mini bubble has yet to fully burst, and it may have prompted capital to rotate back into Compound, where the trend first began. So that was the whole reason why I bought Compound. I saw it come down and down and down. I bought at 170 after it was listed on Coinbase. I saw that buy the rumor, sell the news move, and I knew at some point, because all these other coins were going crazy and Compound was behind, I said, buy on the red days, buy on the red weeks, if even possible. Sometimes you'll get lucky for the whole entire week to be red. That's when you buy and wait till that new capital or capital that's recycled from other coins and tokens to come back in and pump this up. So over the past 24 hours, Compound surged by over 35%, from under 200 the token to over 265. Buzz surrounding a new YAM token may be causing the pump. However, it also could be from profit taking and other projects perhaps making its way into the DeFi token. But this is crypto and a speculative asset at that, and the recent DeFi and Uniswap boom by the day more closely resembles a bubble. Investors are irrational, money is being made around every turn, but it could all come crashing down. Could it? Yeah, but I don't think yet. We got some time, we got some room for this thing to boom. It definitely will end in a bubble. Every asset class has a bubble moment. But as this article points out, the difference between decentralized finance and past crypto bubbles is that the fact that DeFi is a sustainable trend, offering the market real value and an alternative to traditional finance. But as crypto investors tend to do, expectations far outweigh what's realistic, and eventually valuations receive a quick reality check. But again, I don't think we're there. Maybe some of these coins are well overvalued for sure, but I don't see it going anywhere. I really do not see this going anywhere anytime soon, unless you start to see some type of regulation come in. I don't even know how they're going to be able to do that, to be honest with you. They're going to try, though. SEC is definitely going to get in here for the US and begin clamping down, because they don't like to see people make too much money. They'll let you gamble, literally go play the lottery with no problem, no KYC, no anything, no any money laundering, none of that. They'll let you do that. They won't let you invest in some highly speculative, highly profitable, possibly profitable asset classes. Hey, I don't know, man. You guys let me know your thoughts on that. But let's take a look at this other DeFi token that just went up 1,600% in just hours. So this project Serum has skyrocketed from 10 cents at launch to hit $1.98 just hours later, the biggest gainer of the day in a market that saw major declines for the top cryptocurrency. So what is Serum? Well, it's a platform that hasn't even fully launched. So this is an example of maybe, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. The project is attracting serious attention from crypto traders. Serum promises to help DeFi protocols surmount problems related to lack of liquidity, scalability, and interoperability. Sounds like every other project I've heard. Serum is built on Solana, a blockchain platform that can process up 50,000 transactions per second, all without a sharding implementation. Its TPS is nearly 10 times faster than that of Ethereum, with transactions allegedly 1 million times cheaper. Serum bills itself as the world's first completely decentralized derivatives exchange that will not just be fast and cheap, but also fully trustless. Interesting. According to DeFi Prime, holders of the Serum token will access discounts on trading fees, as well as stake their holdings to earn rewards. The token's governance also features a buyback and burn model. So that burn model is good. Serum has traded pairs against USDT and USD on FTX and USDT BUSD Binance token and Bitcoin on Binance. So there's yet another one for you guys to jot down. I wouldn't be buying this at this particular point though. That's just too much. In a few hours, too much. You're going to see at least a 50% correction, at least down to, I would say, $1.90, something around there. Then I'll be looking to buy some of that. So I've got that on my list. But again, you never buy on green days. In this case, I wouldn't buy on a green week. I would wait for a red week to buy this particular token. But that's pretty much it, ladies and gents, for today's episode. Shout out again to my man Wire Sparks, a YouTube premium member. Once you guys join me in the premium members section, just hit the join button on my YouTube channel for more information about that. He wanted to hear Young T and Bugsy Don't Rush featuring Busta Rhymes. If you found this video informative, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out here, people.
Go, we go up, catch my vibe.